60% revenue down just last year. That's what I heard from CEO of tech company while I was talking to him last week. And you know what? This is not surprising for me because I heard similar conversation many times from many other CEOs. And if you're thinking about the reason and you want to guess what is the reason, I believe you know what is the reason. AI. AI is disturbing IT industry. Today, I will share with you my 3 key findings how to price the AI services in 2026 and beyond. I will be talking about why the old model of pricing IT services is dead already. I will compare old versus new model, and I will show you case study how the other companies applying new model to their business and are extremely successful. Guys, the beach getting crowded and actually it started raining. So let me move back to my office. Guys, so quickly, I want to explain you 2 main reasons why the market changing so much and why we also need to change our pricing. But before I explain you it, I want to share with you my experience. So before IT industry, I was working in the medical industry and I was floor engineer. That means I was working with a team on big machine, how to build them or how to operate them, where we were putting this knowledge, what we gain, the operation knowledge to the other employees, and we show them how to operate the machine. And at that time, in this system of work, manufacturing, everything was about efficiency, about being as much as efficient as possible, meaning do the parts quickly, better the quality. So we noticed that you need to create a repeatable system. And this is what I learned. It was my key lesson, that in the manufacturing, everything is optimized. When I moved to IT industry, I noticed that people writing the same line of the code 1,000 times. What I mean, basically somebody write down the one specific, let's say, how to do the payment or 2-factor authentication. And if another company want to have this 2-factor authentication, they need to rewrite it by themselves. They need to discover everything from the scratch, or they might use open source, or they might purchase this part, the product from another. But everything was so inefficient. Now with AI, AI is doing this repeatable job for us. So basically everything is becoming so optimized. At the end of the day, it's cutting time of delivering the product. So now, coming back to the 2 main reasons. First of all, I see expectation of the client change. What I mean, 2 years ago, everybody was afraid to use AI. Today, everybody expecting to use AI. Second reason, when everybody expecting to use AI, their expectation is somehow not always reasonable. Sometimes clients, they will ask us to cut the price by 60%, sometimes by 50%. They actually don't know. But basically one thing what they know, you do the job faster and it should be cheaper. And that's what they expect from you. Now, when we understand the mindset of the buyer and what they really think, I want to show you what is the old way versus new way of pricing the services and products. Let's go to the office. I will draw it on the board for you. So guys, let me explain you quickly what is the old way versus new way of pricing. First of all, if we look at the old way, we are product focused. So basically, what are the features? What is the scope of work? We just focus on this and deliver to the client. However, in the new way, we focus on the problem. We look at the business from the holistic point of view. We look for the problem and then we design solution for that problem. Next, how we charge. We charge per hour or charge per headcount. But in the new way, we charge per value we create. Basically, in the advance, we can calculate or we can estimate what value we deliver, and then we charge based on the part of this saving what we can generate for the client or new revenue open. Next, risk. In the old way, clients taking risk. If something not going wrong, that's the client problem. In the new way, there is a zero risk for the client. Basically, you structure your offer in the way that you taking risk on your shoulder. Next, in the old way, we don't know what is the ROI. We have some kind of ideas or estimation. However, in the new way, ROI, it's a part of the deal. So as you see, if you are problem focused, if you're doing value pricing, then ROI, it's visible at the very beginning, even before you start doing any type of the coding. And the last but not least, fuck ups on the client. If the project going too long, if something go wrong, client need to pay per hour or per headcount. Basically, if there is a fuck up, you need to spend more time. That's the client problem. In the new way, there is literally no fuck ups. Why? Because the deal is a structure. It's attached to the outcome. So basically, client don't care about the fuck ups. So now, guys, when we list out all of those information already and you understand it deeply, I will give you case study of the company who is doing new way, very good way, and they making a lot of money on the top of that. But before we move it, I want you to do one thing. I will help you now make very important decision. I want you to stop this video and analyze your business. Are you pricing in the old way or are you pricing in the new way? If you are not sure, if you very difficult to make this decision, I will link below Global Expansion Readiness Assessment. And over there you have a bunch of the questions that will help you make decision if you are in old way or the new way. If you figure out that you are in old way, ask yourself question, is this the future way? Can your business sustain huge changes like AI and continuously grow into the future with the old way of the pricing the client? Now, let me move on to case study. I want to talk about the company that probably most of you know, which is Palantir. Palantir implement new business model in the beautiful way. What they are doing, they go to the client, they deploy engineers for free, they ask for access to the data, and they say, hey, let me analyze your data, and based on the data, I will find the problem and deploy solution that will save you specific amount of money or open the new revenue possibilities. They do it for 2-3 weeks. After that, they see potential in very specific areas, and then they price based on the, let's say, saving that they can generate for the client. When they start this small trial project, proof of concept, later on they grow in client. What I mean? Guys, on average, client of Palantir live with them 108 million. 108 million. They start with this little tiny POC and then they scale the client. And this is exactly what you need to do. Now, let me move on to the next step, next practical step that you actually can take to maybe grow like Palantir. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so now it's another important exercise. Before I ask you to audit your company, and what does that mean? You need to look at your business from the high level, from very high perspective. I can say we call it helicopter view. But what you are looking for, you're looking for this specific thing, what I call, it's called value exercise. So why the client buying your business? And now what you can do, you can draw this kind of table where you have a new client, existing client, and lost client. And then you have 3 categories: service product, customer service, and added value. So first of all, when we look at the new client and service product, why you bought from us? As a new client, why you bought from us? An existing client, service product, why you stay with us? When you look at our product and service, what do you like in this that you stay with us? And the last thing, lost client. Looking at our service product, why you left? Did you dislike anything in this area? And then you move further. Customer service. New client. Did you notice something in our customer service that help you make decision to work with us? Existing client. What do you love about our customer service? Is there is something that you see it motivate you stay with us? And then lost clients. Why you left? Was there any problem with the customer service? Last but not least, added value. New client. Did you notice any added value, anything beyond standard service offering that convince you to work with us? Existing client. Do you see any added value in our product service that motivate you to stay with us? And the lost client. Did you see any added values, or maybe that was the reason that you decide to left? Mapping this out, doing the value exercise will help you to understand and put yourself in the client's shoes. So then you will see exactly what the value they're looking for and why they're buying from you. So now, guys, when you finish all of those exercises, I want to tell you in the practical life how we deploy value-based pricing with my vendor to one of the end client. Basically, we did discovery call and we understand that our end client, they were spending around 40 hours on manual sorting of CVs to get the candidate into the recruitment business. We calculate how much it costs to them and we deploy our product with a very specific ROI in advance. What I mean, if we know that they're spending 40 hours a week and we know that, let's say, each hour costs $10, then that means per week they spend $400. Multiplied by 4, it's $1,600 per month. I have this number, then I can price them. Hey, you're spending $1,600 per month. We will charge for you only $500 per month, 1/3 of what you are paying now to solve this problem. And this is exactly what I call value-based pricing. And guys, it's not about making this $500 because it might sound like very small and low value business, but this is just begin. Same like Palantir. They're starting with the small POCs, free POCs, but they can grow their client to $108 million a year. Lifetime value. The same is with you. This is just starting. This $500, it's engagement, building the trust with the client. After that, you move further and further, adding more value. And to be honest with you, you can actually start already charging per hours as well in further stages when the client trusts you. So guys, what are the next steps? First of all, do the audit of your company. If you don't want to do it by yourself, you can call us and we can help you to look at your business from different perspectives. We can do those exercises together with you and many more that will help you to understand where is value locked in your business and how clients perceive your value. Second thing, if you are very familiar with this and you're more struggling with building the sales process or growing the sales through your team, I have a very important video for you. It's a video that's showing you exactly the reason why 99% of IT companies cannot build the sales, cannot generate the new deals from outbound outreach. I will link this video down below. Beyond that, I wish you all the best and see you in next episode. Bye bye.